Hello, football fans, and welcome to this 2025 NFL offseason review and draft preview for the AFC South Division right here on Tim Reynolds Show as I go over all the big key free agent additions and also go over the 2025 NFL draft needs by position for each team in the AFC South Division. Please make sure, football fans, that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to continue to support all of my NFL and more content that you will find on one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on all of YouTube right here. It's Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. And let's kick things off with the Houston Texans, who've had a very busy 2025 NFL offseason thus far. As we see, they were able to trade for veteran wide receiver Christian Kirk from a division rival, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and have also signed Super Bowl champion wide receiver Justin Watson, as both of these veteran wide receivers should definitely help improve that wide receiving core for the Houston Texans offense and give quarterback CJ Stroud a couple more weapons to throw to. And along that offensive line, we see the Houston Texans have signed two veteran offensive tackles, agreeing to deals with offensive tackle Trent Brown and offensive tackle Cam Robinson, as these two veteran tackles come in to hopefully help improve this offensive line for the Houston Texans that played pretty badly last year in protecting their quarterback CJ Stroud. And on defense, the Houston Texans were able to agree on a contract extension with veteran pass rusher Danielle Hunter worth just over $54 million guaranteed, as he's been one of the best pass rushers in the NFL over the last few years, especially last season with this Houston Texans defense. And we also see the Houston Texans have re-signed defensive back Derek Stingley Jr. on a massive 3-year contract extension worth up to $90 million with $89 million guaranteed. That makes him the highest paid defensive back in NFL history, as Derek Stingley Jr. now will be around for the Houston Texans defense for years to come. And guys, not only that, we also see the Houston Texans have traded for veteran safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who comes from the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, as he was acquired from the Super Bowl champs for a 2026 6th-round pick in this trade, where they were also exchanged offensive guard Kenyon Green and a 2026 5th-round pick with the Philadelphia Eagles to acquire the veteran safety that should definitely help improve this secondary. And those are the key free agent signings for the Houston Texans here in this offseason. But as we preview the 2025 NFL draft for the Texans, we look at certain positions of need that they will be looking at in the NFL draft. And on offense, I do believe the Houston Texans will be looking to improve their depth along the offensive line to help protect quarterback CJ Stroud. And on defense, I think they'll be looking at linebacker in the NFL draft to not only help with the depth at linebacker, but also help improve the tackling and coverage skills that weren't very good last year for this Houston Texans defense. Up next, we have the Indianapolis Colts, and they have not made very many moves here in this 2025 NFL offseason, but they were able to sign veteran quarterback Daniel Jones to a 1-year, $14 million deal, and it has been reported that Daniel Jones will get a chance to compete for the starting quarterback job here for the Indianapolis Colts, which means 3rd-year, 1st-round quarterback Anthony Richardson, who's been dealing with injuries over his first couple of NFL seasons, will now be in a quarterback competition to remain the starter for the Indianapolis Colts offense heading into the 2025 NFL season. And on the defensive side of the ball, the Indianapolis Colts were able to sign cornerback Travarius Ward on a 3-year, $60 million deal worth up to $35 million guaranteed with a $20 million signing bonus. And we're also able to sign veteran safety Cameron Bynum to a 4-year, $60 million deal. And these two guys should definitely help improve that secondary for the Indianapolis Colts defense. But heading into the 2025 NFL draft, as we preview what the draft needs are for the Indianapolis Colts by position, I think on offense, the Indianapolis Colts have to look at offensive line to help retool and rebuild that offensive line, especially after losing a couple of guys here in this offseason. And also, they need to look for more weapons for that offense, especially at the wide receiver position. But on defense, I think the Indianapolis Colts need to be looking at defensive linemen in this draft, and maybe even some more depth at linebacker to help improve this defense for the Indianapolis Colts. And those are my draft needs by position for them as they head into the 2025 NFL draft. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans and their key additions during the 2025 NFL offseason. As we see, they were able to sign offensive tackle Dan Moore Jr., who comes from the Pittsburgh Steelers, on a 4-year, $82 million deal with $50 million guaranteed, as they hope he will help improve that offensive line for the Tennessee Titans. And on the defensive side of the ball, they were able to sign linebacker Cody Barton to a 3-year, $21 million deal, and that should definitely help improve that linebacking core on the defensive side of the ball for the Tennessee Titans. But heading into the 2025 NFL Draft, as we preview the draft for the Tennessee Titans, they have the #1 overall pick, and all reports have them selecting University of Miami quarterback Cam Ward with that first overall selection. But with the rest of their picks heading into the rest of the rounds of the 2025 NFL Draft, I believe right here on Tim Reynolds Show that they need to look at key positions on offense at the wide receiver position and at running back. They need some weapons for their new quarterback if they want this offense to be successful. And on the defensive side of the ball, they really need some pass rushers and need to improve that secondary for the Tennessee Titans if they want any shot at being a competitive football team heading into next season and in a AFC South division that could be theirs if they're able to get a little bit better on both sides of the ball. But we'll see how this plays out, especially with them having the #1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. They'll dictate how the rest of the draft will go, but all reports have them taking University of Miami quarterback Cam Ward with that first overall selection. But the rest of the draft's going to be pretty interesting for the Tennessee Titans. Up next, guys, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have had a quiet 2025 NFL offseason thus far, but they were able to sign wide receiver De'Ami Brown to a 1-year, $10 million deal to help out that wide receiving core, and also have agreed on a 3-year, $21 million deal with $13 million guaranteed with veteran offensive lineman Robert Hainsey, who comes from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And on the defensive side of the ball, the Jacksonville Jaguars were able to bring in cornerback Jordan Lewis on a 3-year, $30 million deal with $20 million fully guaranteed, that at the time made him the highest paid slot cornerback in the NFL today. But they're also able to bring in veteran safety Eric Murray on a 3-year, $22.5 million deal with $12 million guaranteed. And now hopefully both these veteran defensive backs can come in and help improve that secondary for this Jacksonville Jaguars defense. But as we preview the 2025 NFL Draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars, new head coach Liam Cohen has a lot of positions that he's going to need to look at in this NFL Draft. But I think the key positions they're going to look at on offense will be on the offensive line. I really do think they need to help improve this pass protection for their franchise quarterback Trevor Lawrence, if he is their franchise quarterback. They've already paid him like one, but also need some more weapons at the wide receiver position to help out that offense. And on defense, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars will look at positions like linebacker and defensive line in this 2025 NFL Draft, as they really need to improve their pass rush and also need to improve that linebacking core, who was one of the worst last season for the Jacksonville Jaguars in the NFL. So they're going to have to look at those certain positions heading into the 2025 NFL Draft. I think those are their key needs for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And football fans, this has been your 2025 NFL offseason review and 2025 NFL Draft preview for the AFC South Division right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to continue to support all of my football and NFL content right here on one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on all of YouTube. This is Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go, and we'll continue to bring you more NFL content, more football content right here on my YouTube channel, Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Peace out.